stretched out. Hermes Gasparini in good position, putting in wear and tear on Dave Chafee. And finishes the match on the first round. Wow. That is a big statement.
It's a huge statement, and he climbed to an impossible degree there. Literally almost walked himself out of the match. Dave Chafee hung in there. To his credit, he hung in there, but possibly a little too long. You could see he didn't have any purchase on the hand and wrist. And as I said a moment ago, it's an evolution for Dave. As you can see there, Hermes just got completely out of Dave's hand and wrist. Worked his way around to an impossible position for Dave to recover from, and then came in for the press. I'm sure that's done a great deal of damage to Dave Chafee.
Absolutely.
Big turning point.
One of my favorite matches of all time, Michael Todd. Hermes, at that point, was way lighter, and he did really great in that match. So he someone's hand. I think he has instinct of climbing. So he climbed so far away from Dave's wrist that Dave just couldn't apply that power. And at this point, Dave is just getting stretched out. And your wrist is getting stretched out more. There's less things you can do. Even in a flop wrist press, you want to be as close to your wrist as possible. You don't want to be hanging on to someone with your fingertips. And that's what exactly Hermes did to Dave.
The interesting thing for Hermes Gasparini is that this is a man that's progressed through the weight classes. He started his career as a middleweight, and often in those lighter weight classes, the athletes are required to develop a real level of technical proficiency. And Hermes Gasparini did that. He worked his way up those skills. He gained the ability to work his way around very high level, strong arm wrestlers. That technical prowess has stayed with him, and while he always favors the top roll, he does it very, very well. He's far from a one-trick pony. This guy can evolve, and as you saw there, he'll work his way into the match, he'll gain a position, but when he does that, he's happy to come round and press. When he pulled Michael Todd in Italy years ago, we saw evidence of that in that match, and it's stayed with him. He's learned that that's a weapon for him, and he really put it down to great effect there. And it'll be interesting to see just how much damage that did to Dave Chafee.
I believe to become a great top roller, you need to have a great press. Just because if you take so much out of your opponent, you need to finish the job. And a lot of top rollers cannot finish the job because they don't have the press. Hermes, on the other point, has that option. And I believe he prepared for Jerry Catterett. I think he talked with Gennady Kukwin about that match. He talked about mistakes that Gennady made. He was ready to face that. And this is why the match straight away went into position that it went to. Because, Hermes was ready for Jerry, and Dave is kind of doing the same thing as Jerry is doing. So he's very ready for that. Let's see how much energy and endurance these guys have left for round number 2.
Fighting for that grip a little bit. What was interesting in the first round is that Dave was looking for the back pressure and the counter top roll.
Heavy breathing. There's no cardio on this one.
Oh, they feel. You should have seen me on the bloody steps.
Oh, Hermes is sitting down all the time. I see him. Either he's eating or sitting down. But like I said, Hermes is gunning for 11 seconds. So for him, this is the test to prove not only to the world but to himself that he is ready or at least worthy of this challenge.
We're going to the referee's grip now, and I think that Dave Chafee, if he's got the presence of mind to think about this, if he can find his way into a strap, I think he needs to sacrifice the hand and wrist straight off the start and drop straight in there. Don't look to try and match top rolls and back pressure with Hermes now. He's dealing with a man who does it better, who controls his hand and wrist better than Dave does, and Dave will not win that battle. I just don't see him doing that in the long grass. He needs to make sure that he gets arm on arm and that he gets the match A-side. As soon as Hermes gets the opportunity to climb, he will do that, and he'll make it go dark really quick. Big decision now for Dave Chafee, if he can get to the strap.
Yeah, I believe it's going to become way more problematic for Dave to get the strap, just because wrist is getting done. And we saw it in the match versus Vitali where he was struggling and he was fighting for that strap and eventually got it. Still so much power from Dave Chafee. Good to see. I think Dave has embraced the super much arm wrestling and he has worked on his endurance for the last, I don't know how many matches, and he's becoming better, and he is becoming better because we saw that every time Dave got stopped, he just faded away into nothingness after those rounds. But now he's looking better. Even now on this start, he was going as hard as he could.
No doubt about it, Ray. Whatever the outcome of tonight's match, Dave Chafee is an improving force. And without a shadow of a doubt, he's going to get better. And he's the guy that's taking the matches that other people don't want. He's the man that put the brakes on Alex Kadecha and stopped an incredible rise from the giant pole. My wife's done that a few times when she wears the wrong dress. Now, on occasion, you can come back from these things. And I'll be surprised if Dave can do that tonight. Try and keep your focus, lads. Focus. But Chafee has proved me wrong before. I counted him out against Vitali Lalatin. He powered through, and he came away with probably the best victory of his career.
Maybe the best match of all time.
Hell of a match, that's for sure, and what a time to do it. What an opponent to do it against. Let's not underestimate the gravitas of this thing. If Dave Chafee can put on a repeat performance, if he comes back and puts away Hermes Gasparini,
Wasn't a restaurant?
wow,
Yeah.
mind blown.
I don't know. A little bit of negotiation in the strap. Both guys are fighting for that setup.
You fucking around with this shit. Go. Referee's green. Referee's green. The strap. Stop. Relax. Hermes, relax. Okay. You need to clean
Hermes is becoming really aggressive in this one.
Okay?
Both of the guys are pretty much the nicest guys in arm wrestling. You cannot not love any of those guys. But on the table, every arm wrestler is a warrior. There's no friend. You just want to win. That's all you're here for.
Dave's still looking for that back pressure. He's committing to it. Maybe he feels something that I don't. He's the man in the match. And wow, what a drive! I'll tell you what, he was looking. I think that's a second foul. It is a second foul. That's a win.
That's a 1-1.
Well,
Dave is still in this thing.
And the end was the problem here for Hermes. I was just going to say, Ray, he's taken that out of the equation entirely and focus on what we just saw. Dave Chafee was in that on the wrists. There's no doubt about it. Hermes Gasparini had lost a little bit of wrist and hand. It was definitely a little more compromised there. And maybe all that muscle mass is starting to work against him. Dave Chafee, hats off, sir. Mega. We may be in an arm wrestling match.
I think we are in an arm wrestling match. I see some blood coming out, and I believe last time we saw blood on an arm wrestling table was an insane match. Dave, see, he's red, and he is in red t-shirt, so he is ready. East versus West 5. This is like Dave Chafee is slowly becoming the man in the super matches. I think he found a way where he fights for everything that he does, for every single millimeter.
We're checking the cameras now, and one thing I'm going to say there also, really good to be in the corners down there tonight when I was working up front of stage, because one of the things you get to hear is the advice of the corners, and you get to hear it throughout really up close and personal, even the stuff that they're trying to sort of keep from the mics. And Paul Lynn has been fantastic tonight in the corner of the Americans. I'm sure that he is going to be giving some fabulous advice to Dave Chafee.
Yes.
If that can be taken on board, you never know. These things can be decided. You can read signals that are very different to the man in the match. And Dave Chafee stuck to that back pressure, and he found. It may be that Hermes was genuinely out of position, wasn't ready, missed the goal, a myriad of things. But Dave Chafee was in that match, without doubt, foul or no foul.
Off topic. All in. Hell yeah.
Love him.
Hashtag fix crew.
All in the White Oak. Great match tonight for Paul. It's exceptional. And interestingly there, just a moment ago, we saw that Hermes Gasparini was really... Is he feeling it?
Yeah, I want to know what is the call. Is it 1-1 or is it foul or is it a restart or what's going on? We see the referees right there on stage.
Yep.
Engin Terzic, as he said, he wants to make this as fair as possible for all the athletes. Was the call correct?
He's going over and explaining something to Dave, so I think we're getting a restart.
I think we're going to get a restart. So it's 1-0 to Hermes, most likely. Yeah, we see the disappointment on Dave's face.
I love the fact that both referees go over to give each other moral support as they explain that to Dave.
Go alone to Dave Chafee when you have to say he didn't win. Yeah, go.
It's like, Dave, we don't know how to break this to you, but let me tell you, from the bottom of my heart, we are sorry.
Yeah. The real question is, what does Hermes eat after this? Pizza or pasta?
No.
See, for Hermes too, it's their national squad day.
Look at the, can you see Dave Chafee's thumb there? We just got a view of Dave Chafee's thumb, and I thought the blood was actually from Hermes Gasparini,
I think it's from
Dave.
It's from Dave?
Yeah, Dave, the end of Dave's thumb is absolutely ripped to bits.
I see the audience, they saw blood, they're like, yeah, hell yeah. Dave makes his blood feel all the time.
That's Jody, right?